What's up, Baltimore? It's Davis, co-host of Sanity Lounge, and I am here in Fells Point with Megan Sweeney, Baltimore Realtor.
Thanks so much, Swamp Thing. All right, all you literature fans out there. For those Edgar Allan Poe folk, the horse he came in on Saloon is where Poe allegedly had his last drink before he stumbled around and died in an alley. So many activities here in Fells Point. Look at this beautiful water. We got kayaks, and you know what? Thanks to Mr. Trash Wheel, we can swim in this shit now. Speaking of, shout out again to my girl Katie Pumphrey, who was the first and only person to swim from the Chesapeake Bay Bridge to Fells Point, doing the English Channel again, coming up here in a few weeks. What's up, Duck? I got a kid's paddle. Off we go. Whee! All right, so if you're looking to learn about Baltimore real estate, call your girl. If you're looking to learn about the Baltimore music and art scene, you can just enjoy this episode of Sanity Lounge.
All right, we're back.
We'll get it.
All right, Baltimore, we are back with another episode of Sanity Lounge. This one's been a long time in the making. I think we first started talking about this a year ago when Outcalls was in here.
Yeah.
This is Justin's second time in the lounge. We have Pressing Strings, Justin, Jordan, Nick.
Hey.
This is also a very special milestone. Yeah. Justin was the first band we had in here with Outcalls. Now he's back with Pressing Strings for episode 50.
Right, and
which
it
is
wasn't
awesome.
and it wasn't planned.
No,
So
this was not planned.
it's technically
serendipity.
And
which-
congratulations, episode 50, guys.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Big
man.
deal.
No, it is. So we found out, side note, that we were in like the top 10% of Spotify podcasts. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Damn.
And it's because most podcasts don't go past 20 episodes.
Yeah, because
So they just shut down, and that's
Fizzle
why
out.
we're in the 10%.
Yeah, like
we
when-
went to 21.
when we got that stat, I'm like, well, that's bullshit, or maybe it's like a meme because it's a
Yeah.
big world. I can't imagine that's true. But the guy who helped us with the website was like, no, it's weird because it's such a new format that there is an ocean of shows, but they stop after 20. And so there's only a certain percentage that, and so by default, we're there, baby.
Gotta stay in the game, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
You just gotta,
No, but that's the whole point. Like, there's endless talent between Baltimore and Annapolis that we're not going to stop.
That's
There's
not-
no reason to
That's
stop.
pretty similar in the music industry. You know, you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Well,
cool.
look, welcome to the fucking lounge because
Thank
I've
you,
never
thank
seen
you.
you guys
Thank
live as most of these things go. He's seen
Right.
you 900 times, but I'm always playing, and so I never get out there. But man, incredible stuff.
I've
Thanks.
seen
Thank you.
some cool shows tw They did a woodshed. I was at
yeah,
the
yeah.
woodshed, which was incredible. That was Carrie Evans came to that. I remember she was talking about
That's right.
Right.
on the afternoon drive because she's like, I don't even know. It was back when it was like kind of like super, like still like a secret almost.
little bit,
She was like,
yeah.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking about this, but I'm leaving here and I'm going to this house in Canton and I'm going to see Pressing Strings in their
woodshed.
living room.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And
That was
then
Special.
the B&O.
Oh, yeah.
That TMD party where you had to play on the train car with
Insane.
Melissa, and then you had to go out and play with those guys, and that was a
What a
fucking
day.
great show.
Right.
What a
right.
day.
Hot August. I've seen you guys at Hot August Blues.
Yeah.
And Roots, which I still like to call it, but it's the Hot August Music Festival.
That's
Right,
right.
right, right,
That's
right.
right.
It's
It's
evolved.
and then
evolved.
recently Reckless Shepherd, which is the first time that place was cool.
Yeah.
That was
So
wild.
my initial question, just like I said, because I never met you guys, is whose idea was the band? Like, what was the impetus of the band?
It was me and a good friend of mine named Josh Kachura. And we started when I went to college. I think it was my going into my third year of college. We were living in Ocean City, Maryland, because we were going to Salisbury University.
Nice. What year are we talking here?
This is 2006,
Nice.
and so it's been a while.
Right.
The band's been around for a while, but I'm the only original member. Nick's been with us for
2013, I think.
Since 2011.
2011. Yeah.
Nice.
So we're common wed now. Me and
Yeah.
him. Was it
Common wed. yeah.
Right. You're joined at the hip.
What the fuck am I trying to say?
But let me say that you were in college at that point. What's your history with the instrument, with your vocals? Because I'm going to read a note. Now, Jordan, we just met today.
Yeah.
I'm a little wacky with my verbiage sometimes, right? But I have in my notes, right, as I'm watching and listening, voice, it's like floating on a cloud of titties on a Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Okay?
That's been said before.
What is, so have you been a vocalist your whole life? Were you classically trained, that kind of shit? Or
No, not at all. It was always something that I sort of knew I could do, and I just I kept it like kind of in the bag for a while until I like stopped playing. Like I was a sports guy growing up, and I kind of just kept it hidden. And I always knew I had an ear for music, and I could like recreate other people's voices and shit. And
you were a sports guy. Were you dabbling with the guitar or nothing? You were
I was
just
dabbling with the guitar. I mean, since I can remember, we had like a guitar around the house, and I would pick it up and play like James Gunn, like Spy. Doom 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 doom.
Right. Peter Gunn.
And so I taught myself like little shit like that. But then like in high school, I had a friend who's like, this is a bar chord. And so I kind of like started learning shit that way, and like on tablature and stuff like that. So we had like a guitar class in high school.
I got you. So you dabbled.
Yeah. I dabbled a little bit, but I didn't start writing music till I was about 18, 19 years old.
Wow.
Something like that.
So what did the band consist of in the beginning?
It was
still a trio?
Acoustic duo.
Duo.
For a while, and then it went to like a acoustic duo with a djembe player. We were that band for a little bit, and then it's kind of been between 3 and 4 people since then.
So Nick, we're going to get to JK right? But Nick, to accompany the floating cloud of titties, it has to be incredible harmonies, and you are there, baby. And so what is your musical background? Give me the bass and the vocal.
Well, like, I met Jordan maybe back in 2010-ish and got to play a couple live shows, and he was like, they didn't have a bass player before I joined the band, and he was like, yeah, I don't know if we're looking for anyone right now. And then I ran into him at a party like a year later, and he goes, actually, we're looking for a bass player around now. You should come out next week. And sat in, and he ended up being like, you should come out next week. And then again, and he just goes, you want to start playing with us? And after that, I just got thrown in that way and got to just like create parts to all these songs, which was really cool. And then I'd never really sang before.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I played music since like middle school in like band and orchestra. Played bass in like jazz band, middle school and high school.
So you understand
and I
key,
So I was like, I knew the notes to sing, but I just never did it.
Right.
And Jordan heard me one day. He was like, he literally just put a microphone in front of me and goes, you're singing harmonies today.
He said, all right.
He was like, I got this extra 58. Here you go.
That's the only way you do it.
I was
Feet
like,
to the fire.
Okay. So yeah, lots of days of me just screwing up.
Jordan, at that point, did you know that he was the Pippin to your Jordan, or pardon me? I mean, I'm going, baby. That's what I do.
Hey, I'm a '90s kid.
Yeah.
You know, grew up in the '90s with the name Jordan.
Right.
You know,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah, I knew he was the Pippin. Totally. He
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. How do you know he's not the Jordan?
Well, no.
They brought him in.
Well, he's Jordan.
Yeah.
That's what,
And then
Oh, yeah, right.
you see what I'm saying?
Justin's like,
I get it.
Justin's the Rodman. I would say you're the Rodman.
Oh shit!
Right. Always out there, baby. Right. He's clutch on D or center. I can't remember what Rodman was real big on like
I'll
rebounds.
fucking take
Defense
that.
and rebounds,
I'll take
yeah.
that compliment big time. I was gonna go with Kerr. Or maybe
Right.
maybe Horace Grant. with
Right,
the
I forgot.
spectacles,
Oh yeah, Horace.
Maybe
with
a
the
combination.
specs.
Right. That's funny. Yeah, but it's once again, when great things happen, it just seems to happen. But you guys are like butter, baby.
Yeah, I've probably spent more time with Nick than almost anyone else in my life. It's been
Ain't that a
crazy.
bitch? Right.
You know, like so we just kind of like we kind of speak without speaking, like when we're playing, it was kind of, we kind of have the same wavelength right now, and it's like, it's just taken years of just like sort of developing that.
Yeah,
know?
you can't fake that kind of
No. It's just time.
Intimacy, if you will.
We're
now,
intimate.
how did you meet the legend J.K.?
Yeah.
AKA,
When did he come into play?
I met J.K. Once upon a time we were playing in downtown Annapolis. We had a gig, and Nick was in the band, and we were playing in the middle, like where the market house is in Annapolis, and they used to do shows out there, which was really cool. And we were doing one, and I remember there was like a line of people, and I saw the Specs. I saw the Specs watching us, and I was like, "Who's that cat?" You know, he seems really like he was just like staring, and he's like, kind of like, "Who the hell are these dudes?" And so that's the first time I remember seeing him. I don't know if we met that day, but he was playing around with like grilled Lincolns, and
I don't even think I had lived in Maryland 6 months
Yeah, well.
at that
Yeah.
point.
Oh, wow.
Less
Okay.
less than. And my first group in Maryland was with a band, and another great band in Annapolis called the Grilled Lincolns. Shout out to the homies.
Wow.
Nice.
They needed somebody to cover, and I was linked through other channels. Moving across the country is strange as a
I
musician,
bet.
because you know everyone, you're playing, you got great gigs, and then it all kind of goes away.
Right. And
You
then
know, you really do have to start from zero. And so I remember moving, before we even moved, I was like doing this, trying to find who's doing what. And I started to realize what kind of scene I was moving into.
right.
And it was a good one. There's lots going on. And yeah, I remember it featured Bob Novak.
on drums. He
And
was
someone
drumming for us at that time.
On who is his keys?
Tobias Russell was
Tobias
on keys.
Russell.
Yeah.
It was an outdoor gig right in the center of Annapolis, and I just kind of remember looking around like, this is really hip.
Right.
This band is cool. Everything that's happening to me is cool. And flash forward, just stayed in touch as friends.
Sure.
Like I joined some other groups and artists around Annapolis, was like a recording artist, and really trying to immerse into, like I said, a brand new scene. I was working a regular job again,
Right.
and which was a drag, but also really taught me what was going on. I was a valet at Mercy Hospital,
Right.
and so I was immediately thrown into the streets of like, where is what is what,
Right.
meeting all these coworkers, and slowly starting to take gigs again.
Right.
When
Yeah.
were you a valet at Mercy?
Oh, between July of 13 and 14. I did it for like one solid year.
Amanda worked there at that point. She was in
All
med-surg
season,
nurse,
I did
yeah.
like 4 seasons of working a valet, full
Interesting.
uniform, running your ass off up and down the probably one of the steepest streets in downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's right around the courthouse, and so the garage is at the bottom, cars at the top.
Right. Now I know exactly where you're talking about. That's crazy.
That's how you kept your
Your physique.
physique.
His drummer physique.
Yeah. Crashed a couple cars too.
It goes without saying.
Yeah. Couple insurance
That'll
claims.
I worked valet for like
was
7
their
or 8
fault.
years.
He was valet too.
Never
We got
crashed
2
anything
valets.
till like the last year I was there.
Yeah.
Is that why it was the last year?
No, I did all this stuff, backed all these things, big trucks, never messed anything up, and then I took a camper through a roof that was low.
Oh,
Can't do that.
Okay.
In front of everyone getting in there. It was a sight to see.
I
Anyway,
bet. That's legendary.
Yeah. So you guys do play full time.
Yeah.
Like this is your job because it is
Yeah.
a job.
Yep.
It is.
Nice.
It is
We've-
a
we've
full
made-
timer.
You're living the dream.
We made the jump. I made the jump to do that like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like working a grocery store, stocking shelves at night and in the early morning and shit. And I was just like, man, I could get like 2 or 3 more gigs a week and just do that.
Right.
And so I decided to do it. But I mean, you know, our wives work jobs that
Yeah.
allow us to do this.
Right.
Right.
So, you know,
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I was
I'm
gonna.
in that boat. Yeah.
We're all in. We're pretty much all in that boat. But that's what I was going to ask you. So in 2013, were you married at the time? Or?
not yet. No.
I got you. So you kind of, not we won't go too personal, but you met your wife and she just accepts. She
Oh, yeah.
loves the lifestyle, or doesn't love it,
She's
but is
she's known
know.
the whole time. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been together since 2006.
Yeah.
So she knows.
That's good.
She
stuff.
was well aware of what she was getting into.
Yeah, because it's commitment. I mean, JK knows. Like you
Yeah.
gotta. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a lot of time. Man,
Yeah, I mean,
you
she'll
know?
tell you this is just who I am. You know,
Right.
it's a part of my identity and my DNA. Like I just kind of need it, in my
Right.
life, and she is very supportive of that. So shouts out to Sarah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good stuff. My wife is always like, if I don't play every day, she's like, "Go play. You're being a dick."
You're being a dick.
And I'm like, "All
Yeah.
right, you're right."
Right.
Why are you so negative?
Right.
Go play.
Right.
Yeah,
Go write
I guess
something.
I am the same way with that. I mean, it's like, why don't you go to your garage?
Listen, you're the only one who doesn't think you and I are twins. Like, we're twins. We just don't look alike. But anyway,
Well, you
but it's
need-
not about us.
You
It's
need
about
the
pressing
support,
strings.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Hell yeah.
necessary, or you won't make it.
Nick, your support system, do you have one? Or is it the Solo Nick show or what?
Solo Nick show.
Nice, baby. So you're living the dream on a different level.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, real quick before we go past the origins of the band, Pressing Strings
Yeah.
just came up with it.
Yeah, it was just verbiage that kind of seemed unique, and it was like still like kind of easy to remember. At the time, like I said, it was an acoustic duo, so it was kind of like
It
made
is-
a lot of sense.
sure.
Like that's what we were doing, and and then fast forward to 2025 or the past 5 years, everybody thinks we're a bluegrass band. 'cause
That's
of the
so
name.
funny.
Really?
And we never got that shit before. Before Billy Strings and like String Dusters and all those
I guess
those
you're
bluegrass
right,
bands
right.
like became really popular, and all of a sudden people just expect that we're a bluegrass band. That's why we made some merch that says Pressing Strings, not a bluegrass band, because it's like everywhere we go, if people don't know us, is like, oh, I thought you guys were going to
Right.
be like,
Pressing Strings
Yeah.
since 2011 or
Yeah.
whatever. I
Yeah,
mean, whatever.
state.
Like,
Yeah.
because-
Madison Bailey has her song "Prune Provider." Like the lyric is "Pressing strings till my fingers prune."
oh, really?
Ah,
oh, shit. I got,
Nice.
That's,
Nice
a nice,
one.
that's a nice one.
Madison's
Yeah,
cool.
well, now
Love
I don't
Madison.
know if this was a deliberate choice, and maybe I'm reading too much into it or whatever, because I tend to like to line up the universe with kind of shit that's not there. But the name Pressing Strings, I like I said, I'd seen videos of you cats and everything like that. Justin, I knew, and you guys, but some of the first videos I saw of you guys seemed to be very deliberate, very unison. Like you guys have a thing where it's like the song styles and the song writing, it is almost, or it feels anyway, like a concept altogether. Like Pressing Strings, you guys, you harmonize like the fucking Eagles. You're doing the same kind of grooves. Maybe it's just because the feel's there. But it just feels like the right name and a whole concept rather than just a name.
I love
there
that,
anything
yeah.
to that, or am I, is that just happy coincidence that it seems?
I think it builds and evolves over time. For
Right.
sure.
It's kind of like an outfit that you put on for a while and you wear it around, and all of a sudden it becomes like your thing,
Yeah.
That's your style, and that's how you work. But so I think it's just been like, we've been doing it for so long that maybe like it's just kind of melded together with the name with the music.
Well, and not to make it like, it's not that it doesn't sound the same. Yeah, there are very different styles of the songs, but it seems like it is the right name and the right feel. I don't know.
That's
I
cool.
just feel
I
like
like
it's
that. Thank you.
it's good
Yeah.
stuff.
because band names can be very stupid.
They're
And-
tricky.
and they're tricky, and
Yeah.
they're really hard to come up with, and even some of the most notable ones, if you took the music away from it, you're like, that's a dumb name.
Yeah. My band currently, Jordan, is Gravediggers Biscuits.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like it though.
It's
That's
a great
good.
band.
That's
though.
good.
Yeah,
GDB.
check it out. GDB, baby. Yeah, Gravediggers Biscuits. But I know all about crazy names.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Good stuff. But it's not about GDB, it's about Pressing Strings. So the first song you played, I had them written down. Whoa, Davis, what was that first song called?
I told you I
Another-
know all their songs, but I don't know all the song names.
Down for You is the name of that one.
Down for You?
Yeah.
Because I want to ask about a couple of these ones. That song in particular, Justin, the reason why I love you is because you always seem to be like you're a gamer with the instrument. It's not just banging. You know, you're always saucing it up, and it's perfect for this kind of thing. I noticed you're playing with mallet sticks on that. You know, you got the tom thing going on. What is there any, like with the lyrics of that song, is there any heavy meaning behind that song, or?
Well, it's certainly like blues influenced, drone, like old, deep,
Right.
muddy blues.
I got you.
And the riff, sort of a routine we've had over the last 3 years of recording records, because we really have been hitting the ground.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was going to finish what I was saying earlier. Like, I did one gig with these guys in 2018 and then never saw them again. Not really, but like just stayed in touch as friends. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then when I joined and decided to join, and Jordan had called me in 21, we started a record in, I don't know, a month or 2 months after that. And he sent out these demos, and we're kind of seeing which ones are like packageable. And I remember sitting in the kitchen with my wife, Amy, and that was the first tune that she and I both were like, oh, that's getting recorded.
Right, yeah, that's a good song.
What a great riff. Right. So, yeah, it might have been one of the first tunes I got to start writing my own parts for. And
Was that COVID era? Or are we pre-COVID? After?
it was just
This
after.
was
Just after. Yeah.
2021.
but it was written during COVID.
Yeah.
I got you.
We started tracking that song and that record and Die For You in late 21, like the winter of 21,
because it didn't
22.
come out till like a year and a half later.
I got you. And lyrically,
it's just basically saying, ride or die. You got to ride or die. Whether it's a friend, whether it's your wife, whether it's somebody you're just like down for you.
Right.
We're down for each other, and like anything you do, anywhere you go, I'll go with you. And this is what we're doing.
Right.
It's sort of our like epic tune too, where it starts this big, gets this big, comes back down.
Yeah, it's got a lot of parts in it.
So
it gets big, it gets vibey.
It has to be played dynamically as a drummer, and it's certainly one of our more difficult tunes as well.
Right.
To get through, depending on where it is in the set, what environment we're playing in. We've played it, a lot of different ways over the years, and yeah, it's a good difficult. It's a good challenge.
To do what he's doing,
yeah,
and to sing is very hard to do.
Right. I didn't want to sleep on the Jake
yeah.
Justin's vocals. I mean, you're always like, you're the MVP.
I got thrown into singing just like Nick did.
Right.
Somebody at some point in my career was just like, here's a mic, you're singing now.
Right.
And a lot of the drumming was already there physically, but you add an element. And if anyone's learning, they're so scared to just kick off. But I think it makes you a better drummer.
I do too.
I think it makes you breathe.
Right.
You choose when and where you can breathe. I think it scientifically will force your drumming to rush sometimes. So if you're thinking about all those elements, it'll force you to remember, my body is breathing for air,
right?
So that physically I might start rushing,
right?
So don't rush when you're singing. You're just like all this stuff is starting to fire off. Yeah,
you start learning all these little things. That's the same way with me. When I was learning, I just was talking. My son used to sit next to me, Caleb, on the floor for hours, and as I was practicing, I'd be talking to him the whole day.
Yeah.
And then when it came to when someone was like, "You ought to sing," I was like, "I can't," but then I could. And it's because I would talk.
What
to
you
my
all
kid,
do fascinates me in that sense. Like I watch people differently now just because of doing this show. Like when I see live music, like Brian Sims from Speakers. Like I saw those guys at Racers, and he was playing the keys, singing, but he's watching like what's on TV above my head. And I asked him about it. I was like, "Were you like just sitting there playing, singing, and watching TV all at the same time?" He's like, yes,
and
I
was. You got
like,
me. Yeah,
I was looking. I'm looking at it. I
It's
know
like it was a
what's
playoff.
going on.
Yeah.
Everybody done that.
Yeah, but it's fascinating just watch you guys. Like sometimes just like wondering what you're thinking when you're up there.
Sometimes not the right thing.
Right. That's
Which is
what
not,
I'm saying.
Not good when you're trying to remember lyrics because I'm like,
Oh yeah,
There's
look
been
out.
many times where I looked over at Nick being like, what the fuck is the first
Right.
like lyric?
What's the
And then,
word?
I mean, you're playing. Does something just like randomly pop into your head?
Yeah.
Like that all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I'm stressed out. But I'm
Yeah,
in the middle
that's
of
a
song.
problem.
I can't stop.
Or if somebody in the crowd yells something weird or like does something weird, it just throws you. You're just like, oh
Right.
shit,
Right.
where was I?
Yeah, I always find that I'm like if something like that happens, you're in your head and you're like, all right, don't worry about it, just keep going. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to start worrying about it. And then you're worrying. Like that's what it is. Like already you're, and so
Your
But yeah.
mind will just like trip over itself
Right,
if you
right.
let it. Yeah.
So Jordan, do you write all the lyrics or is it
Yeah.
okay? And then what does that process look like? You've got it like the melody and shit in your
Yep.
head.
Usually starts with most of the time like a riff or a chord progression or something like that, and then I'll figure out the melody, how that fits over top, and then I'll basically just repeat that for like hours sometimes, and just like
See if it's sticking.
and then all of a sudden my mumbo jumbo words that I'm saying like turn into actual thoughts, and like it's kind of like telephone, finish you write one line and that kind of just determines where the next one's going to go,
Right.
And like all of a sudden I never predetermine what a song is going to be about
All right.
when I'm writing it usually.
Interesting.
It's usually more like, oh, that's what it's going to be because the first line is this or the next line or the chorus is this, and then I try to like I go back and I edit and I fine tune it after my phone is like the way that I write now. My handwriting is terrible
Illegible.
and like because I broke my arm and my wrist like 3 times growing up, so it's all fucked up, and so it hurts when I write sometimes. And so I'll just record. I'll have like 10 voice memos of the same song of me writing that song in steps, and then like either it's done or like I'll sit on it for a while and then a bridge will come later. But yeah, that's kind of I just have a backlog of all these ideas.
Interesting.
And when I'm not coming up with anything new, I usually dive back into the stuff that I've already written or half written and finish that.
Right. And
Yeah.
Nick, as far as harmonies, I mean, I feel like he's sitting right here, so but it's got to be a pain in the dick sometimes because you're not lazy with the harmonies. Like you're not phoning it in. It's like it's almost you're doing a lot, baby. You're going high highs, you're going low lows, and you've got a lot of lifting back there. So it's like as someone who's never sang, and this cat's the first cat you're with. You're like the Hall to his oats, or vice versa. I mean,
He's the oats to my Hall.
I used to like when I was in college and like before I met Jordan, ironically, when I would have a long car ride, I would just practice singing like the third harmony or like the fifth, and I would practice singing intervals when no one was around because I was embarrassed to sing in front of people.
that's so funny. I mean,
and
not
ironically,
really.
it kind of paid off.
It
in
did.
That sense. But,
Yeah.
like,
Because there's no way that you didn't have some sort of
that's
history.
literally
'cause-
just me in my car. Like,
wow,
I would
that's
just,
good stuff.
Like, drive around bored, like when I was like 20.
Yeah,
like, when
because your vocal control along with him, because like I said, the titties thing, and then but for you to be able to hang as a novice,
a lot of it is advice from Jordan though. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like,
I guess
I'd be like, he's like, you're flat, open your eyeballs. And I remember him saying that to me a couple years ago. I was like,
you're like, what the hell
tell
is
me
that?
that before. But then like, or like just learning to time my breath, like as a big part, go, like, because I
Right.
wouldn't always think about that, and then would come in like.
Playing bass and singing is very difficult.
The different
too.
rhythm with your hands was
Because
weird.
your it's not the same as guitar. You're hitting a different sort of. It's a different approach. So it's
But you kind of just stop
Props to
thinking
him.
about it and kind of just start getting used to it. I don't know how to explain it, but
Right.
Then you start blending
drums, I
3
don't know how.
voices or more.
Right.
And learning how to sing together is a big deal.
It is.
It sets us apart from a lot of groups. I think we do it well. We pay attention to it.
You do.
No,
we
you do
play
it
in
wonderfully.
We play in a lot of different environments from small to big, and so it changes. And then we've done a lot of recording together. That's another part of it that really helps and kind of locks in like your parts.
Right.
And even then, it still takes time.
Now,
tune
so you guys released the album in 2020, or
20.
what was the
We have
album
a
that
live
you
album
joined
that just
on?
came out
No, I mean the one
21.
that you joined
Oh.
on was
21 was
2021.
And I For You was
Was
the first one he was
23.
on.
And if I'm not mistaken, all you guys rocked out west, or you went somewhere, didn't you? And did a couple dates maybe up north or
You
something
guys
around
go out
that
to
time.
Colorado. You toured
Yeah,
Colorado.
somebody around that time. I remember you putting a
yeah.
lot of social media that you were going. Maybe it was Colorado.
Yeah, because I
or
always tell
something.
Kearns and Zaransky to see them because they're there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we recorded it in 21, and then it didn't come out till 23 because we were
Into 22. I mean, it was like the winter of
I
22.
got you,
essentially.
right.
yeah, and it was held up for a little bit because we were dealing with a label who just like kept just kicking it down the road. But then 23 we went out. We did a long car ride out to Colorado and back.
And did you set that up, or who sets that something like
we had
that
a
up?
booking agent who did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was that? Like, was
The
that
dest- the
That one
original,
was tough.
Yeah, the original destination was for a radio conference
okay?
in Boulder. And we filled in the gaps best we could from Maryland to Colorado and back. And it was a learning experience. Like
gotcha.
we came home knowing what we want and don't want out of touring.
Right.
I think you have to really dive in to know those things. And we learned more about each other and how to how to play in different environments. And we got to return to Colorado twice this year. Took an airplane
Nice.
and rented equipment instead, and it was much
It
nicer.
felt better.
Yeah, we like figured out a way to go as minimally as possible, and so we can fly with all of our stuff and still like feel comfortable. And it's just a better way to do it. But I mean, before Justin joined the band, we didn't really tour heavily at all, almost none. So yeah, we, in a lot of ways, this band didn't really get started until, Justin joined the group. For us actually really going out and going for it and like
Making
putting shit on the line, and to
Nick,
where
what were you going to say? You seemed like you wanted to say something about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say a similar thing. I was gonna we made albums, but then we didn't tour like around the country. We just played a lot of shows locally, like a lot, but
Right.
never really.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, there's credit where Nick and Jordan and past drummers were grinding.
Right.
Yeah, like we played a
Really,
lot
really
of shows.
tightening up, but playing a lot of hours together.
But
Right.
like now we have
Yeah.
solid. I mean, we had booking and management with the other one, but then this past year we got new booking and new management, and it's been eye opening again with like our new trip to Colorado recently. It was just a lot better. Learned how to like plan things more. And,
Yeah, right.
Make it less stressful on you
Having
travel wise.
having that team that's
like finding the right
yeah.
place to go to versus just playing a bunch of places in a row.
Right. All those little rhythms you got to figure out, and once you do, you dial it in. But it's like learning them sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a lot
It's
of
like-
I just see a lot of artists these days that jump in and dive in, which is, admirable and what you should
Commendable.
do, but they hit it so hard that they last a year,
Right.
you
right.
know, and don't I don't know, go back to any drawing board or figure some things out. And it just takes time.
Yeah, they get disillusioned. It's a tough racket, if you will.
This is all long game.
What's the
all the
most
time.
exciting or big gig you guys have played thus far? Like even if it was intimate, or like if it was a special, just what was your most exciting gig?
I mean, this was a little bit before JK was in the band. We got to play Firefly Festival. That was
Wow.
kind of
In
insane.
Delaware.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
I don't know if I'd say it was my favorite, but it was cool just being like on that insane level of something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a.
I mean, even though it
Before-
was like the first spot of the day.
Before either of these guys were in a band,
Oh,
we
he can
opened up
top
for the
that, yeah.
Beach Boys,
Is that right?
Really?
Did you meet Stamos?
and they were playing with Stamos. yeah.
Holy shit!
And oh man, I got a funny story about that because
Please.
This was like 2010, right?
This is 2010. I got a call, and he was like, "Do you want to open up for the Beach
Uncle
Boys?" I was
Jesse.
like, "Shut the fuck up." The Beach Boys and John Stamos, Uncle Jesse,
Yeah.
and so we it was at Pier 6, and I never met Stamos. I passed him in the parking lot, and he kind of looked at me like, and then we played our show, and it was great, and it was like it was like 10,000 people at Pier 6, and we kind of got out. We were all juiced up, and we had some drinks, and we were partying on the side stage and listening to them, and it was like
amazing.
It was like, this is crazy, dude. And all of a sudden, because they didn't have Brian Wilson with them, and it was another bassist, and the bassist was like really friendly with us, and he was like, come on out.
Oh,
and so he got us out on stage, and it was for the encore, and it was like they were playing Barbaran. Ba 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 ba.
They stick a mic in your face,
and we all
tambourine.
Bob Novak jumped on the extra drum set and started playing along.
Holy shit.
That's great.
And then I jumped on the congas, which Barbaran is not a song you play congas.
Right.
and we were just fucking having a ball and like giggling and just. I remember John Stamos was playing, looking over me like, "What the
are you
fuck?"
doing?
Like it's gone
He
crazy.
was not feeling it. And I was just like, "Hey, all right."
Said your bass player invited me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I never met Stamos, but
But you might have
I
frustrated
bet you remembers
him.
that little
I
moment.
bet you remembers my dumbass grin while I was doing the congas on Barbaran.
That's incredible.
John, come to Baltimore and let's bury this hatchet. You know, I mean, this is bullshit.
You guys played in Mexico too recently, right?
We played in.
There was a
in
resort,
Jamaica?
right?
Jamaica.
We
with
played in Jamaica.
Warren Haynes, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Government mule.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
Government
that's right.
Mule.
Yeah, I think that
Yep.
was our first technical
A year and a half ago?
international gig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we opened up for Government
you,
Mule a couple times,
times,
which was awesome. We opened up in Connecticut at the Westfield Bowl, where like the Dead famously used to play.
Up in Connecticut. Yeah.
Up in
New
Connecticut.
Haven.
That
What's the
was-
university? It was the tennis. They like
The
The
Yale?
Tennis Center.
Yeah, it was something like the Yale tennis stadium that they had converted into a music
Nice.
and arts.
That
Yeah,
was a cool one.
Massive.
So have you
Yeah,
ever
that's
met
cool.
Government Mule?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, we played-
that's wonderful.
You guys
Well,
hung
no,
out
but
with
you
them
know,
in Jamaica.
sometimes you open for people and you don't meet them.
That's-
you know, and
that's
so
very
I
true.
didn't know
Right.
if you've ever officially met Warren.
Warren Haynes
and-
he's a very cool
Yes.
person.
Met him a
He's
few
very
times.
sweet.
Yeah,
sweet
he
man.
seems like a big teddy bear type.
Oh, man.
cat,
super
you know.
nice. Super
And the
He,
drummer Matt, or what was
Matt
it?
Adams.
Matt, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Monster.
beast.
Beast.
They're all really good. They're
He's
all
on,
bass
he's
player,
one of
then
my
bass
favorite
player.
drummers.
Yeah, he's understated. He always kept
Yeah.
it very simple, but he's very.
And I was
mean-
late to the Government Mule thing.
Oh,
too.
yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
my dad's a blues guitarist, and I known of Warren for many years, but didn't know anyone else in the band or kind of what they were going for.
Right.
And, like progressive blues, and man, they're such an incredible show. We did not play this show, but on that first Colorado tour that was kind of kicking our ass, we had a bad Airbnb experience
Right.
in Denver. And I think all three of us can agree that that was like a low day when you have to evacuate.
Right.
Well, because we
shitty
overflowed
Airbnb.
the toilet.
Yeah, it was literally shitty.
Look, it happens.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
got
Bo
the fuck
Davis'
out of here.
specialty. Trust me.
We're looking on maps, just like where do we go? Funds are decent, but we're trying to be like financially smart as well.
Responsible, sure.
So we find this hotel in Morrison, just outside of Red Rocks. And I don't think any of us really knew this yet, but Government Mule was doing their Dark Side of the Mule show that night on a Monday, 10 miles from the hotel.
Right.
So, we didn't call in a lot of favors with Uncle Warren, but we
Right.
called that one in.
That's
that day.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, I remember in like an 8-hour period, we were like, fuck all this shit, and then we're at Red Rocks.
That's
Yeah,
so fun.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Jason Bonham's group opened.
Right, the Led Zeppelin.
Just
or-
like,
yeah.
what a day, a Monday that will
Yeah,
go
what
down
a
in history.
turnaround. Thank you, Uncle Warren.
Yeah,
So-
that was a great day.
Did you
and-
guys just abandon this Airbnb?
Oh, yeah.
Like shit. Like just
Oh,
for
yeah.
like we're the fuck out. We're out of here.
Oh, out.
Well, we went to
bad.
a hotel, and
Oh, yeah.
ironically, his tour bus was like in the parking lot, so it was just kind of
That's
funny
incredible.
how.
Serendipity, baby. You
But,
can't get away from it.
Yeah, so to close up how kind that man is. We watch him slay, 15,000 people.
Right.
I don't know. And then go backstage, sit at a desk just like this or a catering table and we just talk.
That's awesome.
So lovely
that's a
man,
really cool
respect.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? You came to them late, but so you, as you might or might not know or accept, we love Fish a lot here, and but the bass player of Fish, Mike Gordon, made a documentary in 2005 or 4 when Ryan Woody died. The original bass player of Government Mule, Woody,
Passed away. Oh.
he died, and Mike Gordon made a documentary called Rising Low, and it's about bass players, and it's him interviewing like every bass player you can think of, Flea, every single person you can think of.
That's great.
They talk about Woody. They interview Warren and Matt, and it's a really good documentary.
That's great.
But check it out if you never heard it. It's called Rising Low.
Oh, cool. I'll definitely
And
check
especially if you guys know those guys, like it's a good backstory of what happened there with Woody and all that shit. It's good stuff.
I'll have to my vote for most exciting strange gig might have to be one of my first after officially joining the band. We got contacted
Oh yeah.
by a man who was set to marry Jordana Brewster,
Oh yeah.
famous actor
Yes.
from the Fast and Furious
Davis.
movies and all kinds of other projects. And they
No, it
were
was
getting
Jordana who
She's
contacted
the
us.
dark.
Really?
You know
Yeah,
who I'm
she
talking
DM'd
about.
I
us.
like. I'm
She saw
partial to Michelle Rodriguez.
Are you? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, she was
was
there. So we played her wedding.
Holy
Was she really
shit.
there?
Not
Her engagement party.
engagement
party,
party. It wasn't like the fully formal wedding, but they were gracious enough to have us fly out to LA, and it was it's just so there's so many little tidbits we could talk about, but that playing like Let's Stay Together, there was a lot of tension because we were not quite the help, but not quite the feature.
Right.
It was a massive like rented stage and equipment and lights and everything, full dollar spent, beautiful backyard. But to have like Vin Diesel right at the side of the stage
Oh my
while
gosh.
Jordan is singing Al Green, I was just like, what's happening?
That's
right now?
incredible,
Like,
man.
too much is happening. The
Vin-
weed
Vin
came
was feeling it.
out. There was like
He said, "Let me help you guys."
We're
all
just
the-
like,
I would have let him.
all the
Family.
tension went away. There was a lot of love, and the speeches were incredible. It was cold. It was wintertime in Southern California, and just something I'll never forget.
So wait a second. Let's hover here.
Yeah.
But you just got a call from somebody?
No, Jordana hit us up on Instagram. She saw a cover of a Jimmy Cliff sitting in limbo, and this is pandemic, right when the pandemic started. And we put out one of those, acapella videos where there's
Split.
Yeah,
Screen
right.
app.
And we randomly got a message from Jordana Brewster. I was like, "This is bullshit."
You said it
There's
can't be
absolutely
right.
no way.
Right.
I was like, let's try it, and so it turned out to be real. And so I was like, we set it up. We went through all this shit and set it up, signed a contract. Then they were like, the pandemic got so kind of crazy that they canceled it.
Right.
And so we were like, damn, that would have been cool.
Right. That's like one of those you're right at the edge things.
This was 2020, and then and so we're like, that would have been cool, whatever. And then the next year, they're like, okay, it's on. You guys are on. So we got to go out and do it, and this is right when Justin joined. So
That's incredible.
we got to play for the Fast and Furious cast, and
Yes,
it
a lot
it
of
was
them were
crazy.
there. Yeah,
That's
it was.
cool.
Everybody was so nice to us. Like I said, gorgeous house. What we were there less than 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was
we
very,
flew
very
in,
short.
Showed up, played, went home next.
Yeah.
day.
But being from California originally too. It was so strange. You're just like, whoa, okay, let's go.
Right. You fly 12 hours and fly 12 back.
So
if only John Stamos was there.
I know, right?
Dude.
I'm sure he was in the area.
I'm getting him in the lounge, baby. I don't give a shit. He was at Westminster Library 2 years ago because he released a book. He did a book tour. Right. He was at Westminster Library. Palick, Wheel's brother-in-law, texted me and was like, "Hey, Stamos, Westminster, we gotta go," but we didn't. But man, I know he knows the name of the cities.
He's a beast drummer.
Yeah, I've seen some clips.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Homie can play.
And you know what's good about him? Just recently, you know, he's gone to Drumeo and he's been like, "Look, I don't." You know, I've only played one style my whole life. I'd like to evolve, you know, and he's kind of embracing evolution. He's out there more. He's, you know, and I love that shit.
Yeah.
Nick, what was your, you,
Go ahead.
all right, what was your musical influences like growing up?
I listened to a lot of like 70s rock growing up. I listened to a lot of like Yes and like when I first was playing bass, like literally like Blink-182 and like stuff like that when I was like 11.
More pop.
But then like just would put on a song, just hit rewind 10 times in a row and be like just play along, and then eventually listen to like Led Zeppelin, like I don't know, a lot of things, a lot of old like funk songs.
I got you.
And then I was in a band in high school called Contavious, and got to learn how to play in front of a crowd a little bit and stuff. Just played bass.
Right, comfortable in front of an audience.
So those guys taught me a lot about just performing, at least. Did jazz band, like I said, in high school and middle school.
Which helps.
Yeah, I learned how to, not really great at reading anymore, but it was, you know, getting like a rounded education of just a bunch of things. My mom was a librarian, so she would bring home like any CD I wanted to borrow from there and stuff like that. So yeah.
Nick's vocab is deep.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got some librarian vocabulary.
You have to use it with McGrath.
Say something. Say a cool word right now. What's coming to your mind?
Oh man, you got me on the spot.
Serendipity.
Serendipity. Yeah.
That's our favorite word.
No, I was just gonna say, speaking of Al Green earlier, how did you find your voice? Because you have Al Green vibes, Nathaniel Ratecliffe vibes.
Yeah. I think I found it probably smoking weed in the woods, listening to Al Green with my friends.
Fun.
No,
it doesn't hurt.
With my friends.
It took a while for me to like sort of figure out like what was my like zone, you know, because I was like, you know, when you start out, you're trying to emulate other people and sound like other people, and like that's a good way to screw your voice up too, is like when you're trying to sound like somebody else. So like it's literally been like just hours and hours, so many hours of singing into the microphone to figure out like
listening
listening back and being in the studio and being like, oh, that's what I actually sound like, because it certainly sounds better sounds different when you're singing, you know, and then listening back. Right. But like I grew up listening to a lot of like sort of like R&B, like back when like hip hop had all these R&B hooks and stuff like that. That's like the stuff that I loved. And once I get to high school, I you know, got really into like the 60s and 70s, you know, classic rock and classic soul. Well, that led me to like the classic soul thing, and then like Al Green was like I was just like, damn, is there anybody cooler than Al Green?
I got to see Al Green at a Artscape at the railroad.
Oh shit!
And he came out wearing like a white suit, white vest, white shirt, white shoes, white socks.
Reverend.
Yeah.
Oh god,
man,
it was awesome.
That's so
cool. Me
cool.
and Inslee saw that. It was just the two of us.
That's
Very
so funny.
lucky.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of developed it that way, you know, and just kind of like.
You mentioned your comfort zone. I was going to ask you that, like, so, you know, have you thought, well, you you did think about it, but your comfort zone is what the point is that to sing those high notes and to be able to do that through time is a tough nut to crack if you haven't thought ahead of time. So you're saying that, you were recognizing that Al was probably a smidge too high, and if you're trying to emulate him, you're not going to last long term because your voice would take a hit. Is that basically the...
Yeah, or if it's more like,
you mean like tone wise?
You got to find your own tone.
Yeah.
And like if you're trying to but Al Green for me has always been like in my range.
Just naturally. For fuck's sake. Wow.
For some reason.
Yeah.
So that, I didn't want to like steal anything, but I wanted to borrow from all these people you mentioned, like some of those old soul singers, and Nathaniel Rateliff's like what a beast. Like that. Yeah. Nobody sounds like that guy. So that's
because I was curious, like those notes are so high but you don't sound strained. It sounds so comfortable, and it's like, in order to be able to do that through the ages, it has to be like, it has to feel,
it has to come from the right place,
right?
Or else like I said, you'll screw up your voice. It needs to come from like your diaphragm,
right?
And you need to know how to like control that, and that's something that like I never learned growing up. Like I didn't have a vocal I've never had a vocal coach or anything. I just kind of like figured it out on my own, kind of.
Yeah. Well, you got the right temperament to sit down, and the patience, it seems, to work at it.
We also have giant lungs.
Thanks,
like
man.
athletic lungs. Dude
Doesn't
playing
hurt.
like D1 sports.
Right. It probably makes
I just remember standing next to him in the studio, and we did this harmony on the same mic, and I was like going for like a minute straight, and I was like, "Are you getting dizzy?" And he's like, "No."
Right. I said, what are you talking about?
All right, 10 seconds.
You feeling weird?
You both fall out, and he's going,
Yes.
The second song you guys played is my shit. What's the name of it?
It's called Something Strong.
That like,
Yeah.
like is my. I love that kind of fucking drive.
Yeah.
The bass line is
older
slick as
tune.
shit.
One of my first favorites.
The
when I found them.
drive, I love it, man. And I just had to tell you that because you guys played that one once. I think you did, like a couple songs you did a couple times.
We
but
like
that one,
we usually sound check with that song because it's just like kind of like right in our little wheelhouse.
Man, what a great fucking song, dude. I love it.
Make sure you get a sound check song.
Yeah.
All you musicians out there.
Yeah.
Get something that everybody can settle into.
Right.
It took me a while to like have that, or at least agree on it. 'Cause
Right.
It would be something different all the time for so many years, and like maybe this one's hard or too easy. Find that tune that like makes you, wherever you're playing, makes you feel comfy, even if it's for 60 seconds.
That's such good advice.
That makes sense,
I hope to God, Steven, my guys,
Find
this
one.
motherfucker. Now, where I'm in a different situation because I'm in a cover band, but it's
This
like,
motherfucker.
You've met Steven. Steven will call me on like a Tuesday and be like, "Hey, we're gonna do."
Steven, yeah.
He'll be like, "We're gonna do Everlong on Friday." I've never played Everlong, and I'm like, all right. And then I show up and he'll go, all right, we're going to sound check with Everlong. I'm like, this prick. Like, we've never played it together. We're going to sound check with Everlong?
Right.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Sound check is not practice time.
Right. It's like, but you're like, damn.
Not a lot of bands need to hear that.
And so, but you guys have that song. You decide on a song and you've stuck with that as the
without really talking about it.
Right.
It just kind of has become something that we know. It covers all the bases for.
We all sing on it
for the sound technician.
There's different tones that you use. There's lead tone. There's a
It's your bass line.
Right.
Yeah,
It
man.
works.
Right.
If that works, then everything else usually is fine.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that bass line works, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That fucking song.
Yeah.
And then
the
that,
bass all around.
yeah, it always works. Trust me. But then you got to that third one, which is a nice swing, like it's a strange strut feel. What was the name of that one?
It's called Bit of Belief.
And that had a little bit of a, I mean, I guess it's a country vibe, but it's not. But it's like a folk. I don't know what it is, but I really loved that one too.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
That one. like I said, I write with my phone a lot, and like I have like 5 or 6 old phones laying around the house that are dead all the time, you know, like
Right.
Not
and
in
then every
service.
once in a while I'll
Yeah.
be like, fuck, I wonder what's on that phone, and I'll charge it up and I'll go through the voice memos and I'll be like, damn, I forgot I wrote that song. Like there's so many songs that I forget that I wrote, you know. And one day I was on my way to Justin's house to rehearse because we were rehearsing to record a new album, and we were trying to pick songs and stuff like that. And one of those days I charged up an old phone and I was like listening to it on the way there, and that song was on there, and I was like, damn, I never did anything with this. And so I showed him. Nick had heard it before, but Justin never heard it, and so that's where that one came from. It was just an old tune that I just, you know, it had that catchy do 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 do
Yeah.
do do, and that one came to me in a dream one night.
That melody?
That melody,
Wow.
and I remember waking up and being like, "That's kind of good," and I recorded just like in my like sleepy state, you know, like a voice memo, and just going down 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 down, and it kind of reminded me of that Mungo Jerry song.
Yeah, summertime.
In the summertime, when the
Yeah,
weather
yeah,
is
yeah.
fine.
That's what it feels like. That's the folk
Yeah.
stomp. Like that's
That's
what
it.
I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
it's just like
And it is kind of country, kind of folksy.
adjacent or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
If
yeah.
you go back and listen to that song, it's way more poppy than you remember. But putting like a sort of stanky swampy beat on
Right.
it kind of just made sense from the beginning.
It feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely feels right, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. That's a great tune.
Steve,
It's fun.
shout out to Steve Wright, because he
Yeah.
sort of gave us direction on how to make that one sort of like lay back and groove and sound like that sort of swampy thing, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah, I think that's the newest tune we played today.
Is
Yeah.
that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks, man.
It's the feel all
Yeah.
around. It's the rhythms, you know, like you guys lock in and then the butter vocals.
Right. This might be a dumb question, but like your
Never.
voice memos, are you sometimes talking, singing, and just like bebopping? Like
Yeah.
it's just random.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes I'll just like have a melody
right.
and I'll just, it'll be a cappella or,
But sometimes you're just like speaking, so you're like, now I got to put a melody to these lyrics.
no, I never really do that.
No.
I never really write poetry without any melody.
Okay.
Usually, sometimes, but I've never written a song like that. I don't think.
It seems like a lot of you songwriting cats do like come to the ideas by scatting into like, you know, like it isn't lyrics, it's just scatting, and then once you figure that melody, and that's what you were saying.
Well,
right?
it's
I mean,
it's the reason why that is because you figure out the syncopation of how the flow should be rhythmically, vocally, like, because you know you're it's kind of like playing drums, like to a melody. You want it to the cadence to have like an interesting flow to it, and so you'll scat and like
right.
and then all of a sudden every single time I'm living around, and then you keep sort of like
Evolve.
honing in on what it actually is going to be, and so you have the right syncopation going on, and that becomes
That
the
shit
song.
in Get Back.
Yeah,
When John
if you
and
watch
John
that,
and Paul
yeah.
are doing that,
Right.
my brain just opened.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
awesome.
What?
It's
When-
confirmation that even the greats, that's
Yeah.
what they do.
That blew
And-
my mind when Paul was
Everybody
writing
does this.
Get Back
Yeah.
in the middle of that documentary, and you're like, and he did exactly how I do. You know?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I let it off with. It seems like most of these great songwriters, that's the method. Because I think
putting
even
here-
Melissa and Britt, like,
Talked about that.
yeah, said that some of their ideas come
Oh,
as
yes.
melody and gibberish, you know, and you got to worry about the actual content later. But
Connecting.
you know, right?
Yeah.
Well, you'll get lost if you do it the other way. If you get too hung up on what you're writing and the lyrics and what they're actually meaning, you'll lose that window that you have to write that song because you're thinking too much about it.
Right.
So
That's interesting.
you really just got to like put that part of your brain out of it and think more about melodically and musically instead of like, you know, what you're saying.
I guess there's a difference between a poet proper and a songwriter, I guess, is the poet proper just...
There's more elements in a song.
Yeah, like he doesn't need that melody or anything. It is just the words and whatever, you know. But yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes through like creative blocks too. Like, like when it happens, like what do you do to like re-engage yourself?
Mushroom.
Like just walk around. I've been just hitting dog walkers. I keep saying that.
I know,
like
dude. Tell them what the hell that means.
They know what it is. Like they're little mini joints. They're called dog. But I did it. I said it to him. I was like, so I hit a dog walker, and then I this idea came. He's like, oh, were they okay?
Yeah, Chris, I'm going, well, shit. He goes, I had this great idea. I hit a dog walker, and I said, man, well, what happened there? He's like, where? I said, the dog walker. He's like, it's a joint. I'm like, oh, well, what the fuck? I don't, how the hell am I supposed to know that?
Right.
But apparently everybody knows that. Nick, did you know that?
Yeah.
Damn, everybody knows.
Come on,
This is
dude,
bullshit.
no,
man.
At
No,
least
but it's tough,
Will
man.
didn't know that shit.
Yes, he did. No, it's tough when you're. Yeah,
Your ass
exactly.
is dry.
When you get a block and you're just like, fuck, man, I got to come up with something,
Yeah, that'll help.
and you don't want to force it though.
I'm not gonna lie, it does help.
Yeah, it really does.
There's a reason why every musician you know is a pothead.
Right.
It doesn't hurt. I think another way to get there is to walk, hike, get off these.
Yeah.
Boo, what are you talking about?
You know, everybody's talking about meditation, and it comes in different forms. It could be 1 minute, 60 minutes. There's lots of ways to do that. And get there. You could drum. You could play another instrument that you're learning to spark the other one.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure. That
sometimes a phone call to like somebody you haven't talked to in a long time
Right.
can like kind of zero you out. Yeah, those are things that I try to do because drumming, I get very. It takes a lot of motive to practice drums.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you sit down at your kit every day?
No, I
No.
don't. I will go through spurts of that, and I have enough equipment. I'm very thankful to have enough equipment to just have that
Right.
set up.
Set up when
The setup is still worth mentioning though, because I care about what kind of kit I'm using for what project or practice.
Yep.
You know, so there is that element of drumming that you have to get through first. And you're like, all right, and grab this and grab this and grab this. And then you finally get there. And then it's, oh, where's my fucking headphones? Oh, where's the fucking dongle there's so many things to just get you there, or at least you think you need that.
Right.
workflow.
Some sort of flow. Maybe it's a metronome. Maybe it's just a song. I don't know. But I don't know. The other instrument thing is cool. I like to keep things out in my room and
Right.
maybe plugged in just to like tinker around for 2 minutes and then like, back to my kit.
Right.
You know, but
right.
like,
Well, plus you're
things
doing
like
that Jedi shit where you're learning other instruments officially. Like you play bass and
Yeah.
you're doing the whole thing where you're learning bass and playing drums at the same time, which is
yeah,
pretty impressive.
That comes
Time
from
consuming.
the 90s, like playing guitar, learning 3-chord songs with Weezer and with Green Day
Right.
in the 90s, and having parents with guitars and influence there. But just loving to play an instrument is also another way to be a great drummer.
Right.
If you want to write a song or be any part of a songwriter with someone else, it's a big deal to know a little bit of what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
You know, where a song can go and forms and things like that. If you play some other instrument, it helps
Right.
a whole lot.
Nick, you got any yoga in your? What's your side hobby for
I mean,
spiritualism?
I play guitar also. So
Is that right?
If I'm at home, I'll just play that. If I am playing an instrument, like I don't usually have my bass plugged into anything, but I mean I'll mess around that sometimes. But I don't know. I'll go out and walk, like I said, or I'll
Yeah, you boys are in
get
shape.
out of the house, or
So
like
it's-
Model of health.
Well, Justin bicycles.
I know you do like decathlons and shit, or I don't know, but I always
try.
see you like really going, baby.
Yeah, man, music takes a toll.
Yeah.
So
Well, when
have
you
to
look at me,
balance
you
it.
say no way, but I'm not that athletic. You know, I don't.
Something.
I'm not that good at it.
Take
You know what I
anything.
mean?
But you are. You're a drummer. I mean,
Yeah,
you're coordinated.
it's different.
And you have endurance. I mean, it is the way
Okay,
it
I'll
is.
take it.
Endurance
You
for
know
sure,
what, gentlemen?
drums, yeah.
I am an athlete.
Like I talk about that. Like so with the Sweet Lead at the New Haven Lounge, like were you at that one?
Yeah.
How
Oh,
they
no,
did-
not their
you
performance.
Were at Smackmaster.
That's
yeah,
right.
So
Recently.
we had an issue where they didn't have monitors,
Right.
and I always talk to the drummers. I always ask like, "Do you get tired?" And after that show, Tristan's like, "You always ask if I get tired." He's like, "I'm fucking exhausted
After that.
because I had to focus and pay attention to everything
Yeah,
that was
so
happening."
much.
Yeah, it was war that night.
And
for
then
them.
in true serendipity, I guess that word would fit, he played the Northside Park in Ocean City the next day to 1,000 people and had no monitors.
yeah, on stage, we were having monitor issues all night, and I'm like, I deserve this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, even though it wasn't my fault, but you
Yeah,
know.
we're living in modern times.
You're right.
There shouldn't be fucking Shea Stadium.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
Like we should be on top of that
I always
stuff.
feel like we send men to the moon.
Yeah.
There's no
Right.
way we can't figure.
Well, you know,
yeah.
I keep mentioning the pandemic, but when I didn't have shit to do, and I was just sitting around figuring out, I was like, you know what? I'm so tired of the monitor shit with gigs and how
Hard it can be.
hard it can be and
Yeah.
how like inconsistent it is. And so I was like, man, I'm gonna build this ears rig, this in-ear monitor rig. And so I did that, and then we've been using that ever since. So it's eliminated all that shit. So
That's awesome.
We can just show up and hand the front of house engineer just tails and be like, everything else is taken care of. It's already set in our ears. And
It's certainly become more commonplace.
We can mix our own ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
show.
feel like every band should adapt that if they haven't.
it's
yet.
become cheap enough where you can do it.
Literally
gotcha.
this and these.
It's certainly still a personal preference thing.
Right.
I know a lot of bands, including Mule, like, and not because of their age. It's a preference,
Right.
and a stage preference. There's all kinds of ways to do it, but hearing yourself play is huge.
It's wonderful.
You know,
it's a
and
real
when
difference.
when you don't have it, when it's not offered, or maybe there's malfunctions and it's taken away. Whew,
Yeah.
that'll make you real tired.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
fascinating.
It's
Like
hard
he
to
was
communicate.
saying, like you've been in that place. Like he was like, I go off Julie's voice, and he's like, so I was listening to her voice come out of the speakers and bounce off the back wall and come
Then
back
hit
to me.
me.
So he's like, I was just off like a half. I'm like, dude, anybody that walked up here had no idea that was happening.
Yeah,
Sure.
it sounded like
Sure,
it,
sure.
it sounded incredible, but man, they were in it. I
Yeah.
felt bad. Like, but
Dude, there's
what
nothing worse
professionals.
than having to play music when you don't feel like playing music because it's like a struggle like that. You don't
Yeah.
want to be
Right.
fighting like that.
That's
for your
when the
life up there.
job. It's a job.
It sucks.
And they're
I've
like,
had
yeah.
a lot of gigs, you know, where I'm just like, man, this sucks. I don't
Yeah, like you said, when you're learning how to sing and then you can't hear your voice, you're like, oh,
Right,
uh-oh.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real problem. I
This
mean,
isn't
if
gonna
you
go
can't
well.
hear your voice, you sound like a shit sandwich up there, and you're straining because you can't
Yeah.
hear. It's
Oh, and along the lines, the last time you told that story, Melissa, and Britt played, and you were perfect in your in ears, but nothing was coming out
of
at the
of
Creative Alliance, I think it was.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where you guys were jamming, you were listening, you could hear everything.
Yeah, you
but
said
everybody
was
in
this,
the crowd
this was
couldn't hear.
a closed live stream.
Right.
I've never felt that exhaustion
Right.
in my life, and it had a lot to do with like the social political climate that was happening,
right.
and as well, this gig was the night Joe Biden was announced in November of. Help me out.
21?
22, 1.
No, we're still
20.
locked up.
20.
This is 20.
2020.
November of 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
So
yeah, you're right.
all of that combined, and it was like the only live stream I did.
right.
I was pretty lucky. I mean, some of them were really beneficial, but I saw a lot of bands like struggling to
Right.
think they
January
had to
21.
do that, and I
Right.
understand why.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like like you said earlier, have to go out and play.
Right.
We all felt this. It was like we were losing it. Let's play for for us, for them, or whatever. But there was just like a single camera, and the incredible like 2-3 person team at Creative Alliance. You know, no applause.
Right.
No kickoff, no finish, and alcohol wasn't working. Weed wasn't working.
Right.
And I just remember after that was done, I was just like, hey, everything was like this.
Right.
Like this. Oh my God. I've never played music like that.
Right.
In that way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's war sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Before we get off it, I want to finish up the song selection. Song 4, you guys come in. It's a totally different kind of vibe with the song. I loved it. And you had harmonica. Did you have harmonica in multiple, or was it just,
just one?
Just the one.
It was just that one, right? Yeah. And I love that song. What's the name of that song?
It's called "We Will Be All Right."
We Will Be All Right. Yeah, the feeling. I mean, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pandemic song.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was another one that that came to me in a dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night and went downstairs and wrote it, and I the melody was there and everything, and
From dream to actual Spotify, what are we talking? A couple months? A week?
dream to Spotify
Like, what are we
was
going?
Dream
A while.
to Spotify.
I think it was year
I got
and a half.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, no, it was done. It was tracked in a year and a half, but it took probably 3 years to come out on Spotify.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wondering how long like that process usually takes. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that just depends. It could have been tracked sooner or released sooner, but there's just like different elements of,
Yeah,
of
well-
how you release music.
Well, they're all incredible songs. The performances were
Thank you.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
The one thing, you guys do have a pretty cool gig coming up at the Annapolis Baygrass Festival.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
gonna
we
be cool.
can just talk about that for a
2-day
minute.
fest,
Yeah.
Sandy Point State Park. Speaking of the bike ride, I think my first year doing that, it used to be 2 days from Ocean City to Baltimore City. And on day 2, you can't ride across the Bay Bridge, but they would bus you. You'd stop essentially before it. They'd bus you over, and then you continue your ride the second day.
You've done that ride, right, on the bike?
Yeah, that was my old gig. Yeah, bicycle.
One of the pit stops was at Sandy Point State Park, and then some years later, I remember like there was a blues fest or some other things started popping up there.
Chesapeake Bay Blues Fest.
Yeah, and we're so lucky to have been.
I live-
asked to
Do you
do
know
this.
this festival?
Yeah, well, I
Green
know
Sky
it.
Bluegrass.
Yeah, I've seen the lineups over the years. It's fucking great.
I've heard it's one of the best, like around here. Just from people who I really trust and who see a lot of music and go to a lot of festivals, and they're like, this is the one.
It's a serious festival.
If you're gonna go to a festival around here, you should.
Plus,
you should go
just
to
the
this one.
backdrop, like the Bay Bridge will be behind you.
It's gonna
the
be
water. It's cool.
It's gonna be sick. It's
So,
right in my
yeah.
backyard. That's where I live. I live right over there in Arnold.
Nice.
It's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah, that's so
Yes.
fun, dude. All right, so if you're good, I'm gonna roll. We like to wrap up the interview by asking the movie question.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to start with Nick here because we will end with JK. Nick, we love cinema here at Sanity Lounge. Do you have a top 3 to 5 favorite movies, and if so, what are they?
I do not.
Oh, Nick.
Shut down.
All right, hold on. Nick is number 3.
The way he popped up there, I
You're
knew,
number
I
3.
knew he wasn't
It
just going to
happens.
start riffing
It
out.
happens. Now, have you are aware that there is something called film and that there are movies out there?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
You've never seen any of them.
I've seen films. Yes,
Films.
Is there's never
I've seen them.
give me 3 that you've seen. Can we go
Or
there?
seen the most.
Favorite? Oh man.
And I don't give a shit if it's like Mary Poppins. I love that shit. Like, it don't matter what it is.
What if it's not favorite, but the last 3 you did watch?
Do that.
He's not going to remember that.
I watched
Do a
He's like my
comedy.
brother-in-law. My brother-in-law Timmy's like, I don't know.
I watched Happy Gilmore 2.
There
That was
you
really
go.
good.
Nice.
I liked it.
Nice.
Nick, Jesus Christ, this is what we're talking about, baby.
Or it could be TV. Are you a TV guy?
I like the Expanse book series a lot, and that show was cool.
I think we all love the Expanse book series.
No, I've watched The Expanse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's all right, man. Because like I said,
I don't watch a lot of movies.
It's weird. It's not weird. You're normal. My wife's like, not everybody likes movies, Brian.
Yeah.
But the fact is that that's happened 3 times, and I dig it.
She doesn't sound like that, dude.
She does not sound like that. That's my imitation of her.
The lead in, I do not, was the first time we've gotten that straight up response.
Wait, with the what?
When you said give it a 3, and he just leaned up, and I was like, I know what's coming. And
Yeah.
he was like, I do not.
Right.
Like that's the first time we've gotten that
And
response.
to your point,
You'd
I
get
was
dead air if I actually
I
tried
was
to get
confident too. The way he was coming up to the mic.
You thought he was
like,
just going to riff 3 movies.
No, I could tell there was
okay.
something awry in Denmark by the way he was approaching the mic. To your point, he looked very confident. He goes, "I do not," and looked right at me. I said, "Oh."
Your Honor, I do not.
Right. All right. So, Jordan, are you going to wreck my dreams
Well,
to
wait.
pieces?
So we got
or-
Happy Gilmore 2. Did we get anything else?
Well, he said the enhanced book series.
Oh, the
and-
enhanced, the Expanse, not the
Expanse book
enhanced.
series, and then he said, "I don't do movies." Okay,
Lepo, I think the Enhance is another movie.
I dig that. Right, the enhancement book
The
series
Enhance,
is
I think
different.
that's a different category.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll talk
Right.
about that.
Jordan, you're
Fair
right.
enough.
It can be TV or movies.
All right. I love Kingpin.
Oh wow, the Farley brothers
That's a good
actually.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Woody
I love-
Harrelson.
I love all the Farley brothers movies.
It's one of Bill Murray's greatest.
Yeah,
Such
that
a piece
one's
of shit,
so-
that movie.
Somebody just recently
Ern McCracken.
Yeah.
Ern McCracken, right? Didn't somebody recently say Kingpin, or they brought it up?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I thought
movie.
That's comedy. That's a good one.
wonderful movie.
Well, actually, this movie's kind of funny, but it's ever seen the movie Life is Beautiful?
Oh my, yeah. He won the Academy Award.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
yeah. That
beautiful
movie's
film.
fantastic.
Technically not foreign, but it is foreign. It's, but it won Best Picture.
Right.
I think it won Best Picture all around.
Yeah, that was the
year.
spectacle when he
He jumped
up
over
on
the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Roberto Benigni.
Yep,
thing,
I saw it in the
That's it.
theaters. Wonderful film.
I love that one, and then I'm just gonna name whatever just first came to me.
Sure.
It was I thought that movie Legend of Buster Scruggs.
Oh,
Legend
the
of
Coen
Buster.
brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That one was cool. I think about that movie.
That
a lot.
came out during the
that's a cool
pandemic,
movie.
right? I think,
It's like
or
a
something?
3-vignette, 3-parter.
Right,
That one's
right.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the Coen
so
brothers.
good.
They
Tom
always
Waits
are
is in
just
that joint.
good.
Tom Waits is in it. Yeah.
I would have to say Big Lebowski.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Nicky,
Yes.
that's what we're talking about, baby.
There you go.
I
I
love
gotta
that.
have to think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all right.
that's all you need.
Yeah, Lebowski, man, the dude.
Yeah. I mean, I could keep it on going, but I'll pass it over. To
All right,
JK.
JK, what do you got?
I'm on the extreme spectrum where I watch a lot of TV and film.
Love it.
I don't know how I fit it in because I stay pretty busy and stay off it too.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to watch shit in parts because
Right.
they'll tell you I will fall the fuck asleep
Right.
very fast.
Me too.
Doesn't matter. I remember my older brother took me to see Backdraft
Yeah.
in the theaters in the 90s.
And you
Fell
fell
right
asleep.
fucking
Wow.
right
Wow,
asleep.
that was a great
Oh,
movie,
yeah,
though,
That is
baby.
great.
Ron
I mean,
Howard.
you finished it at this point, right? Maybe not.
That's
Doesn't sound like it.
maybe
you
not.
should revisit
Maybe
it.
not.
Backdraft is a good movie.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I
great.
just hear doors are being kicked open. I'm like,
Yeah.
He said there was fire. I
Yeah.
got it. You know.
I might have said this on episode 1, but my all-time number 1 still remains to be So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh yeah, right. We did. We
Yeah,
did
and I'll
dive.
stand by that. I still own many copies of that in multiple languages, and it's all shot in San Francisco and places I grew up.
Right.
Love story, funny as hell, weird. Mike Myers is just my guy. He just kills me.
And that was before everyone knew.
Kills me.
Because I was in the video store when that came out, and it's like,
Yeah.
it was right.
Well,
Or
wait.
maybe it was the
He
exact
did-
same year as Wayne's World.
Right.
or
But he
it
was on Saturday Night Live.
he was
Yeah,
in
but
it.
those kind of characters, like he had.
set him to the.
Yeah, like he
yeah.
did like 5 different people in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
The Shrek voice kind of
a
originated
lot of that,
a little bit. in
A lot
there.
of that father character was built into the Shrek voice and Fat Bastard and
Right.
you know
It was
what I
like
mean?
the
Like,
impetus of a genius,
Yes.
all in that movie.
he's just a special man, and and this kind of ties into the next one. He's such a huge music and Beatles fan, and he has this whole connection to Harrison, and apparently Harrison wrote him. He was like the last person George Harrison like spoke to.
Wow.
Before passing, which
Wow,
I
I
think
didn't
is really fascooking. He talks about it in some other.
His
interviews.
mother's English, or he's
Grew up in
from
Liverpool.
England. Right.
Yeah. Love that about him. One of my other favorite movies I had to just remind myself is called Across the Universe.
Yeah, the Beatles.
If you've never seen that, it's beautifully made. You know, you've got great classic music by the Beatles, but doesn't have the corny musical
Right.
aspect to it. Somehow they wove all those songs and stories into the characters that are, I think, is
Right,
just
it's not
amazing.
High School Musical. It's way better done than that, and it's Evan Rachel Wood. She's
Yeah.
a solid fucking
Amazing,
actress.
amazing.
Right. Did you see it?
A number 3 right now, because I just saw the new one, is going to have to be everything that Wes Anderson has touched. And I don't care
The
if that's like
Phoenician
a
Scheme. Did you see it?
That's what I just watched, and I don't care if it's a corny answer. Like, that man has like such a unique. Is his own category.
Yeah,
That's
Like
the one
10
with Benicio, right?
Dude, the Phoenician Scheme was
amazing.
amazing.
It is. I haven't
Yes,
seen it yet.
I just watched it.
I gotta check that out.
You gotta
And
watch
Michael
his
Cera.
movies like 3
Yeah.
times.
Oh my God, he was so wonderful in
Right.
that movie.
The
Michael
set,
Cera.
the set designs are so distractingly
It's ridiculous.
beautiful that you're
Yep.
like, oh, I need to go back and hear what they were talking.
The
about.
composition
A
of
lot
the
fast.
shots, like the
Yeah.
above shots, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
jaw dropping.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it
You know,
really
you're
is.
always going to
Yeah.
get, and it's that comforting thing where you kind of know this guy's bringing this style.
Right.
Same with Quentin or other like musicians or TV or film like you. It's like a very comforting thing to know
Sure.
that this person's going to
You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
I was so happy with that Phoenician Scheme, man.
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
fun.
I mean, this fucking guy. He can't miss. It's like,
As a band, we quote Adam Sandler movies more than anybody in the band. Or
Nice.
like, like Airheads is one of our
Yeah, man,
band
deep cut.
favorites.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Adam Sandler's the drummer.
Yeah, man. So funny. Airheads is a perfect movie.
It really is, and it had a renaissance. I mean, you're older. I don't know how old you cats are, but like when it came out, it was a bomb. It
Was
did
it?
not
Yeah.
do well.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody liked Airheads. We liked it, but like it did not do well.
That was Brandon Fraser. That
Yep.
was
Yeah.
pre-Mummy,
and Steve
though,
Buscemi,
right?
Pre-Mummy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi,
Encino
Yeah.
Man.
Dude,
and
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Farley's in that
Farley's
movie.
in a lot of heavy hitters. It's a Saturday Night Live movie, but it just didn't work
Yeah.
like Wayne's World or anything, But it kind of had a renaissance where nowadays it's refreshing as shit.
It's
It's
great.
funny.
There's
Yeah.
so many funny like that scene where Adam Sandler gets like locked out and there's a cop that pulls up and
They're playing pickle.
They're playing pickle and he's
Yeah.
like mimicking his everything. He just does this like weird fucking monkey. I don't
Probably
know. It's like,
improv. That was probably like
Yeah,
all
definitely,
Adam.
definitely.
Yeah.
if I'm ever pissed off, I just think of that and just immediately crack up.
Airheads. Nice pool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so are you got anything else, or we?
No, we can wrap it up and just plug yourselves.
Yeah, tell people
In
where they
the-
can find the stuff.
Not in the.
Don't go crazy. Just
Talk about yourself
Right.
and where people can find you.
Pressingstrings.com.
Yeah.
We're on the TikTok.
We're on the
We're on
Tiki
there.
Talks now.
Yeah. Oh, I'll start tagging you
On
I'm
the
on
gram.
TikTok.
We're on Facebook. Definitely not on X.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't.
You don't have an ex presence.
No,
It's
fuck
probably for the
Truth
be- it's
Social.
probably for the best.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit.
It's probably for the best.
It's all hate and violence.
I couldn't agree more.
we're not
Yeah, that's pretty
about
much
that.
it. But all of our, our tour dates and stuff like that are on pressingstrings.com. Real easy to find.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Hey,
Yeah,
don't
thank
sweat
you
it.
guys.
Nikki, I'm going to have you back
Fantastic.
for a Sanity Cinema. So
Nice.
we're going to pick it. I'll
We'll
give
get
you a
into it.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Movies to watch.
I'm going to give you homework.
Episode 50, y'all.
Yeah,
I know.
Episode 50.
If you can-
Fantastic, man.
If JK's here randomly on 100, it's, I don't know. But
Right.
something's
No, it was
fucking
cool.
weird.
Like I was driving over here. I was like, damn,
Yeah, man.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Serendipity.
I like it.
We're
50
proud.
episodes, 50 fucking episodes.
So we're
man.
proud to be here. What you guys are doing is
Yeah.
amazing.
It's incredible.
all over town, and it's a big deal.
We
It's a
appreciate
really
it.
big deal.
We really
Thank
do,
you.
man. And
Great
we're starting
job.
to pick
Thank
up
y'all.
steam, and we love you guys, and
Yeah.
we'll keep helping.
Keep
you
going,
know?
dude.
Yeah.
All right, stay sane, Baltimore.
Awesome.
stay with you, always with you. I can't find a single way to dry the sky from the pouring rain, change these things I can't explain. I've been looking for something strong, something to rely on. Looking for something strong, something to rely on. But it's a messed up mission for a monster, ragdoll ripping from the rain, out on the front porch screaming like a siren. I'll never understand. We all need to halt and make calls and change. Stops even facing race. These children to behave, not to hate. I'd be a fool to go on wasting life on time bomb, ticking time bomb, set to blow us away. My mental state is looking for something strong, something to rely on, yeah. Looking for something strong, something to rely on. Oh, but it's a messed up mission for a monster, ragdoll ripping from the rain, out on the front porch screaming like a siren. I'll never understand. It's a messed up mission for a monster, ragdoll ripping from the rain, out on the front porch screaming like a siren. I'll never understand. Whoa, I'll never understand this place. One, two. I was born to be wild. I was born to be wild. We were raised to be safe. We've been raised to be safe. We climbed up, we fell down. We climbed up, fell down. We got bruised and pushed around. We got used and we got broken. Left caught up in the old system. We got tired and then we got twisted. You know it always takes one more lesson learned to feel the heart of life. Well, it takes a little bit of your sacrifice, a little bit of belief. Baby, believe in me. to wait till it's too same. To feel the heart of life, it takes a little bit of your sacrifice, a little bit of belief. Well, baby, believe in me, yeah. When it snaps back with the thunderous crack, well, all my friends have got my back. And when I think past to where I'm at, well, all I want is what I already have, what I already have. It's hard to tell that the world is turning, hard to chill when it's so concerning. And through the air while the smoke is churning, I am an open heart that yearns for a place in the yard where the flowers bloom, high in the castle in the corner room. Sing with me now, we will be alright. Sing with me now, we will be alright. I plan on living up on life, man. I plan on giving up on strife. Well, it ain't nobody of mine. Yes, it take us downtown where we used to hang out, play what I feel while they figure this out. Fill your cups, I hope they're full enough. It's hard to tell that the world is turning. It's hard to cook when your kitchen's burning. Through the air where the smoke is churning, I am an open heart that yearns for a place in the yard where the flowers bloom, high in the castle in the corner room. Sing with me now, we will be alright. Sing with me now, we will be alright. I plan on living up on this life. I plan on giving up on strife. Well, it ain't nobody of mine. Yeah, take us downtown where we used to hang out, play what I feel while they dance and they shout. Fill your cups, I hope they're full enough. And our peace and love in the place that you're from, the culture you grasp and the kids that you have. You do your best, it still don't feel like enough. Yeah. Oh, na 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 na.
Thanks for listening, Baltimore. You can find us at www.sanitylounge.com or on Instagram at sanity.lounge.
Keep listening and subscribe.
Stay sane, Baltimore.